You use an alarm to wake up, a grocery list so that you don't forget the milk. Your phone reminds you about your dentist appointment next week. You lean on a dozen little supports every single day, and yet nobody says that you're dependent. But the moment that you give an autistic child a prompt, suddenly there's a warning. Be careful. They may become prompt dependent. Today, I want to unpack why that fear is mostly wrong and what your child actually needs instead. Hi, I'm Dr. Dana Johnson, and I work with autistic children and the families who love them, and prompting is one of the most misunderstood tools that we have. So let's clear that up. Now, by the end of this video, you're going to understand three things. Number one, why prompt dependency is not the issue that you've been told it is. Number two, what whole body apraxia actually is and why it changes how we should be prompting. Number three, which types of prompts to use and how to fade them the right way so that your child builds real independence. Now, here's a quick note. Every child is different, and this isn't a replacement for your own therapy team. My goal with these videos is to give you the framework so that you can have a smarter conversation with your team. Now, here's what I hear from parents all the time. My therapist said that if I prompt too much, my child will be dependent on these prompts forever. Now, I was actually one of those therapists way back when. And of course, I probably scared you with that. You want your child to be independent. So you pull back, you hesitate, you feel guilty every time that you help, and then you feel bad when they can't do it. But let me ask you two honest questions. Do you use prompts to get through your day? We just talked about it. Yes, alarms, lists, reminders, and other people nudging you. Of course. And then secondly, are you truly independent with no support at all? No, none of us are. So we lean on supports our whole lives without shame, yet we panic about the autistic child using them while they're still learning. That just doesn't add up. And when we act on that panic, we end up pulling the supports away way too soon before the skill is ever really built. So here's how I want you to reframe it. What looks like prompt dependency is often just a brain-body disconnect that hasn't built its own reliable pathway yet. The prompt actually isn't the problem. The pathway just isn't finished. Now let's talk about why that pathway isn't finished. Many autistic individuals have something called whole body apraxia. Now that means that their brain struggles to get their body to do three things: initiate or start a movement, sustain it or keeping it going, and stopping it, ending it on purpose, even though they understand all that you're asking them to do. It's not that they won't, it's that the motor plan, that brain to body instructional manual for that movement, isn't fully built yet. And the only way to build a motor plan is to practice the movement over and over with support until the brain can run it on its own. So the question isn't how do I avoid prompts, it's about how do I help them practice until the plan is in place. And this is exactly how you learned every single skill that you have. Think about the last time you picked up something new, like tennis or skiing, golfing, or knitting. Maybe you hired a coach or an instructor. Now, what did that coach do? Did they just say, go hit the ball, and then walk away? No. They broke the skill down. They set you up for success. Turn your shoulders. Keep your eyes on the ball. Bring your foot forward. They gave you those specific in-the-moment cues. And when you miss, because you will miss the first time, they didn't assume that you were being lazy or difficult or that you didn't understand what they were saying. They assumed that your body just couldn't get the motor plan down yet. So they gave you that feedback and then kept coaching. Then, and only then, once the movement started to click with practice, they slowly faded those cues until you could do it on your own. Now, this is the entire model. That's what your child needs. This is what we call motor coaching, and it's the difference between telling a child the end goal, like go pick up your backpack, versus coaching the movement. Turn your body, get your eyes on your backpack, bring your foot forward. Now, if you're new to motor coaching, I've got a whole video on it. It's right here, and the link is in the description. Now, here's where good intentions go wrong. Most therapists agree we start with prompting because the child is learning a new skill. But two things then break down. Mistake number one, fading the prompt too early. And this is done out of fear of prompt dependency. The support gets pulled before the child can even get a real chance to learn the movement. Now imagine this, you hire a ski instructor, you go to the top of the mountain, then they vanish after your first lesson. Now, you would not be independent in that case, you'd just be stuck on the top of the mountain. Mistake number two, naming the goal instead of coaching the movement. So telling your child to go pick up the ball isn't coaching, it's just repeating the destination. Coaching is guiding each piece of the total motor plan. Now, a quick rundown of the tools that you actually have now. Number one, visual cues. Think about things like using painter's tape on the wall or on the floor, using dots on the floor to help them get to where they need to go. Verbal cues. Now, verbal cues are actually the motor coaching. Number three are physical cues, like a light tap to help them feel where their body is in space. And then finally, hand over hand, which is physically moving them through the task. Now, my preferred prompts are motor coaching and visual cues. And here's why. The whole point is for the individual to work through the motor plan themselves. So if I'm using hand over hand and physically moving them, they actually aren't building the skill. There isn't this connection between their brain and their body. I'm doing the skill for them. And quite honestly, I wouldn't want somebody just grabbing my hand and moving it without my consent. And our children deserve the same respect. So let's bring it all the way back. The next time that a professional warns you that your child might become prompt dependent, remember whole body apraxia is real. Your child isn't clinging to a crutch. They're a learner whose pathway just isn't finished yet. Support them with motor coaching and the right prompts. Give the motor plan time to actually form, and then slowly and deliberately fading the prompts out. That's not dependency, that's actually coaching. It's exactly how every skilled person that you admire today got good at anything they're doing. If this video helped, could you do two things for me? First, send this video to a parent or a therapist who needs to hear it. The more people who understand whole body apraxia and complex autism, the better our kids get supported. And second, subscribe to this channel because I make these videos to help you support your child with confidence. Remember, prompting isn't bad. We all need it. Your child just needs it a little longer while the pathway gets built, and that's completely okay. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.